Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee with Casey. So, basically buyers and sellers, there's a lot of money at stake. There are hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake. So we need to know, what's a house really worth? So we're going to go over that today. I mean, this is going to have everybody full access. They can go to a market, they can click on it, they can see what's active, under contract, sold, what the customary value should be, how much it sells above or below the customary value. It's quite a tool. And we're going to get to that. We'll look at all that today. We're also going to do I'm going to talk about how you get started. So decluttering the house is the most important thing about the house, right? Paint's important. Decluttering and having a clean looking house is extremely important. A lot of people don't know where to start. Today, we're going to talk about where you start, how we get this whole ball rolling, put it on your calendar, and then away you go. So that'll be the first step. Let's go on. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go on and take a look at the market conditions. And I don't know how many times I got to kind of roll back on this market condition stuff, but basically here's where we are. Hope everybody can see that. So this is the inventory of new homes that were listed, of just resale homes that were listed in Loudoun County in January, right? So you can see in 2018, 19, 20, they're up at about 200, 250. Right now it's 144. So this is, prices are going to stay higher as long as there's not a lot of inventory out. This is advantage seller, disadvantage buyer. Okay. So when we go to the other markets, it's pretty consistent. Prince William County, same way. Look at 2019, 2021, up in the 280, 320. Right now it's 212, right? So look at it compared to last year. Last year's a bad year too. I mean, we were up 40% last year in sales, so that's about it, right? So what's showing us it's not coming back yet. This is Vienna. So in Vienna, 50 homes came on the market in 2019, 34 came on this month, a little bit better than last year, but this is January versus January. This is January listings in 2019, 20, 21, 22 versus January listings for 2023. So we're down considerably from where we were. And if you look across the board, this is Fairfax County as a whole. They were up in the 500s. Now they're down in the 300s. Okay. So it's consistent. It's across pretty much every market. Vienna's down 20% in listing inventory. Fairfax County down 27. Now, let me just tell you, this is why I do the show, because this is accurate as of today, not 2 months ago. 2 months ago is what you get when you look on the computers and some of the reports. It does me no good. I'm talking to sellers. We need to know, is inventory up or down, right? So here's another tool that's coming on. It's called Market Snapshot. And, to be honest with you, we're always trying to get visibility of the market, where we stand, what prices are, because if we price a house incorrectly, right, we could be making a huge mistake, and that's going to become very obvious in about 2 minutes. All right. So I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to teach you about how to use this new tool, whether you're a buyer, seller, realtor, or nosy neighbor. This is how you do it. So you go to CaseySamson.com. Up there, you see a thing called the Market Snapshot. Hit that. It'll take you to a snapshot of territory. See down in Vienna, you break it down by territory. So if I have a buyer or I'm a seller, I'm trying to have a price range of homes that I compete against, right? So let's say I'm buying an $850,000 house. Well, I would go right here to the $750,000 to $1 million homes. That's all homes listed in Vienna with a list price between $750,000 and $1 million. And it's active, coming soon. What's coming now, what withdrew, what went under contract, all that stuff. So I'll get through what you're going to see on this document, but this will let you go to Vienna or Oakton or Centerville or Dominion Valley or Willisford, our market areas where we have realtor partners, we have team members covering certain markets. Those are the ones you're going to find on this. Now, can we do this for other markets? Absolutely. But these are the markets that we really focus on every day. Okay. So let's take a look. When you hit that, let's see what we're going to see, right? So for every price range, you're going to get this. So let's assume let's look up here on top how you read them. There's Vienna from 1 million to 1.2 million dollars. These are all the houses that have been listed, all the houses that had activity, right? Sold within the last 100 days. So up here you got a timestamp. So it says I did it, this morning. I think today is the 2nd. You'll have a timestamp. It'll say what the average home size is, what the average price range is. And it's important because what I do is I take the size, the age, the assessment, and I do a pricing model to arrive at what is the customary number? What is that customary key number? And then I apply it to every house, whether you're coming soon or sold or what, I apply it to every house because I need to know what the customary number is, or what I usually call the bedrock, right? So over here, you got this good looking guy standing up here, and that's who you can call. But this is basically the important stuff, and this will change, and I'll show you in a minute. We'll go online. So let's see how to read this. This is a PDF file. So if somebody wanted to scrape these numbers off, right, and I'll show you in a minute, you could scrape these numbers, put them in the MLS, and then look at that house to see, is it updated? Is it dated? Is it customary? What's so great about that house? So you've got the MLS you could scrape. Here's the status. These have all sold. Here's the days on market for these houses. They're selling pretty quickly. There's the individual house that you can look at, the address. This is what the home was listed for. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the original list price up here so people can see when you first started, did you overprice it or did you not overprice it, right? So now once we get into the solds, I don't care that much. I'm really looking at, this is the customary value right here. And again, customary value, when we take these homes, we put them through our pricing model. It's very sophisticated and it comes to a number, right? What is the percentage of assessment and the price per square foot and a combination of the two? What are these homes should be worth? And then I apply that number to these homes that we have. And this is what I get. So this customary number is very solid. That's what the house is worth. Now, that price goes up or down based on condition and upgrades. And I will tell you, and we'll see here in a minute, I'll show you that a house value could sell 10% over its customary value or 10% under its customary value. And I'll give you plenty of examples of both, okay? So now, why does that happen? One is dated, one is not prepared correctly, or it was overpriced, or it was improperly marketed. Somebody did something wrong, right? You should be getting customary or updated value on everything you do, at least customary. And then you should move up from there, right? If the home is prepared correctly and marketed correctly. So over here is the over-under, overvalued or undervalued. So I said this home was worth 2.77 million. It sold for 1.24 million. Pretty close, but it sold a little lower than it should have. Okay. Now I look over here and see days on market, and that tells me maybe they sold it before it even hit the market. Look what they listed it for. So they listed it here, sold it here, but that was what it was worth. So maybe if it was left to the open market, it would have gone higher than that. So down here, you can see the homes that have sold. A lot of things you can see in here. Look at how many homes sold. Look at how many homes expired. So that means we've got a big success rate here, right? Got a 79% success rate, very strong market. Down here, you see coming soon. Okay, we can see this is coming on the market, and I'll fix this for you. This is just I should have popped that, but this thing says 1.25, and it was listed at, it's listed at 1.25. I say it's worth 1.188. So it's a little overpriced, but not if it's got a bunch of upgrades in it. If it's got a bunch of upgrades, it's going to be fine, right? This home was listed at $1,050,000. And I say it's worth 1.194. What does that tell you? It tells you A, it's underpriced, or B, it is really in bad shape. Really in bad shape. Now, if I looked at this house and it was customary, in other words, it looked fine, then that house is underpriced, and I'd go get that one. So we need to know before homes come on the market, is this a good deal or is this a bad deal? And just by knowing this number, the second part of it is the realtors need to get on and they need to run these numbers to see what kind of condition is that house. It's priced 100,000 under what it should be. Is it customary? Yes, it's a deal. You need to go get that one. And I can tell you, we're watching houses and I can point out the house they're going to sell like overnight because they're underpriced, right? Some are overpriced, some are underpriced. So down here, you can see the active homes are on the market. You can see the ones that are under contract. You can see pending. Now, let me stop for a second. These are the status A/C. That means active with a contract, which means the house is still available for showing. They're taking backup contracts. Now, let me tell you where this really comes into play. Somebody put a contract in and said it's contingent on me selling my house, right? Well, and it's got a kick-out clause. If another contract comes in, the seller can accept the contract and then kick the first contract out. They've got 72 hours or 5 days to remove the contingency and go on with settlement. But a lot of them can't because it's contingent on the sale of their house, right? So I count those as active, not contracts, active. Why? Because they're fair game, man. You can still go out and get them. And basically, I would kind of shop for those houses right there. And I would go in and I would, if I'm coming in non-contingent, I'm going to go look at those houses and get them. Pendings mean they're under contract on their way to settlement. Not sure of what, the actual settlement will be, but look at this. This one is priced 100,000 under. This one's priced, that's a new house. So that's been thrown out. Let me talk about anomalies. When we do these, we're going to pull the anomalies out. What's an anomaly? An anomaly is something like this, where that's obviously some kind of a new home. There's something weird about that. It throws off everybody's numbers. So we throw those out. So the anomalies will be thrown out. It'll be fairly consistent, 10% up or 10% down on this number. But I do want to draw your attention. A lot of people are selling houses for not 10,000 under what they should be, 60, 70, 100, 140,000 under what they should be. This one's selling for 95 over what it should be. So that home had upgrades, it was taken care of, it was marketed correctly, they sold it and they got 100. So when I say there's tens of thousands of dollars at stake, some are getting more, some are getting less. There's your 10% right there. 10% lower, 10% higher. So understanding value, knowing how to see these tools is extremely important. And I'll show you how we get there or how you can use it. So let's say we go to CaseySamson.com. And we hit Market Snapshot. And it's going to take us to this page. All right. There's the Vienna homes. Okay. This is the current one. So these are the homes between 1.2 and 1.5 million, right? Look at here. Some are way low. I think that house should have sold somewhere in the 1.6s. It sold in the 1.3s, right? So something is wrong that a house is listed that low, sells that low. There's just something wrong with the house. It wasn't prepared correctly. But just so you know, you can come down here and you can look at any one of these. There's the 1.75 to 2.25 million in Vienna, right? Look at the difference, some of these. Remember I said up 10%, down 10%? Look at that. So these are about $2 million homes. This one went 216,000 under value. One went 230 over value. Look at the top two. One went 114 under, one went 114 over, one went 114 under. So, there's a lot of money at stake. And what we talk about continually is making sure that the price is correct and the home is in great shape. So we don't have a lot of this mood swing stuff. But, that's a $400,000 difference on that house. $400,000 between somebody got a bonus or a premium, somebody got a discount. So you've got to actually, when you're doing this, you need to go to, your market. Now, when we have a home and we're working with a seller, we use these documents, but we we condense to a price range a lot closer, right? And a range different, and the defining characteristics may be different. Maybe it's an elementary school or something. So when we're doing an individual house, we'll do the same document, only we'll close the market down so we have really, really tight numbers and we're not going anywhere. We know exactly where we are. So when we present this to a seller, I say your dated value is this, your customary value is this, your updated value is this. So here's where we're going to list. And usually if we've done it right, we're going to get the updated value. So that's why our homes in 2022 sold at 141,000 over list price. I mean, we put it on at a number that will attract the biggest buyer pool. We really lock down that list price and then let her rip. And when it rips, I mean, 125 million last year in the listings, and I think our average days on market was 6. And some people didn't listen to us, but most people did. So if we go down this page, there's Oakton. If we want to take a look at Oakton and their snapshot, there's Oakton. You know, if I'm in the $1 million to $1.5 million range in Oakton, those are all the homes that are in that market, all of them. Actives, under contracts, withdrawn, expired. Look, 4 of those sold, 4 of them withdrew. So there's only a 50% success rate in that group. You got 1 on the market, 1 coming soon, two actives, 1 coming soon, and 1 pending, right? And over here, you see, are these homes overpriced or are they underpriced? They're overpriced. The one under contract, Saddle Crescent. Look at what I say it's worth, 1.384. The customary value is 1.384. Look at what it's listed for. 185,000 under. So that's a house that when it's coming soon, you jump on that and you're looking at it and you're looking at the MLS number there and you're trying to say, is this mispriced or is this coming soon? And now let me tell you another good use for this. Big use. When we have a buyer, we need to know exactly what the house is worth, right? What's its customary value? What's its condition? And I come in and go, hey man, this house is worth like 1.3, 1.35, somewhere around in there. They're listing it for 1.2. There's multiple contracts, right? So this guides us on what our contract would be. If we came in at 125, we're 50,000 over list, but we're still under what the house is actually worth. So when we're negotiating contracts for buyers, this is extremely important for us to get a grasp on the entire market. So this is Oakton. Here's Willisford. And this is, there's Pharisee Ways. He handles Willisford. These are all the houses that sold or on the market between 1 million and 1.5 million in Willisford, in the Aldi section of Willisford. Look at them. One's 100,000 under where it should have gone. One is 86,000 over. What does that tell you? One's very poorly prepared and poorly marketed. One was really updated to the max, and they got 86,000 over what it was worth. The rest of them are a little close. There's an 87 under. So again, you know, when agents put a house on the market and they overprice it and it sits and sits and sits, it has what we call a death spiral, right? Okay, we're at 1.5. It's not worth that. So we got to drop it to 1.45, 1.4, 1.35, you know, that's a death spiral. Buyers have already written off the house. There's something wrong with the house. It's just gone. If you don't sell it in the first 10 days, there's something wrong with it, right? So when you see somebody that eventually gets this house could have been on the market for a long time with, and I know this is days on market, but that a lot of times what'll happen is they'll put it on the market, then they'll take it off, and then they'll bring it back. And then that'll recalibrate the days on market. But they're not fooling me. When I go here to the MLS, I'll see that it was on a high number. It went into its death spiral. It finally sold, but it sold for 100,000 less. So we analyze, why are they selling for higher? Why are they selling for lower? And we take that information and you use it with our clients. Once again, no matter which one I look at, you're a 10% higher, 10% lower. A lot of them are right in the middle, but you know, if you do it wrong, you get less. You do it right, you're going to get more. So it's a very, very powerful tool that we'll be using. And I know that, we have limited markets because basically this is for our agents, our team members, our sellers in this market. We will be marketing to Dominion Valley, saying, hey, you can see what's going on in Dominion Valley just like that. You can see what's going on in Centerville just like that. Centerville has Pat in it. So that's Johnny and Laura, and they handle Dominion Valley. And they analyze, they can tell you, let me tell you something. Johnny, within 2 hours of having this document, told me exactly which homes went high, which went low, why they went, it's information is critical to helping our clients get the top dollar. So this is extremely valuable information in the hands of a professional. It really is the key to us getting as much as we can for our clients. All right, let's take one more look at Pat, and I think he's in Centerville. Get a good looking picture of him. Now, these are all the homes between $750,000 and $1 million in Centerville. So we have a snapshot. He knows every one of these houses. Why did this go higher? Why did this go lower? Look at them. We're running the number with these, right? But you look down here at some of the withdrawals and expireds. Look at what they were over list price. So they listed themselves, an average of whatever that is, and they withdrew. And unless they had $300,000 in the backyard, they were all overpriced. Now, the one that was priced correctly, I can tell you, if you go see that house, it's probably extremely dated. And a dated home draws 10% less off of this number. So it wouldn't be 780, it would be somewhere in the 710 range, 715. So, you have to look at a combination of, price per square foot, percentage of assessment, how many homes are on the market, how many homes are under contract, what is the condition of the house, which is going to swing the value 10% up or down. This is the bedrock number. That's bedrock, right? But condition will swing you up and down. All right. So that is a tool. You can go to CaseySamson.com. You can hit on the market update. These are the markets we focus on. If I have a seller that says, hey, I'm thinking of selling my house, it's in Annandale, the same market research has to be done. So this would be produced, all of this information would be produced for that market to arrive at what his house is worth. So it doesn't matter where you're selling your house or what price range you're selling your house. We'll just do the exact same market snapshot every time we list a house. Doesn't take that long. I got it down pretty quick. So, all right. That also is with, buyers too. If a buyer is buying someplace that's out of one of our markets, then we can also do that. All right, so let me get out of here. Let's talk about something. I got 6 minutes left. The number one thing that sellers need to do in order to get their house ready to sell is declutter. They've lived in their house for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. There's stuff everywhere. Looks good to you because you've nested. You've got all your nesting stuff. You got all your pictures and knickknacks, and you don't realize it, but if you look at some of the homes that are on the market, some of the really ones that sell at a premium, you want to look at how they're conditioned. They're thinned out, they're decluttered, they have current paint, they have current lighting fixtures, they have current hardware on the doors, which is what we do for most of them. But the number one thing we need to do is declutter that house. Now, where the heck do we go to declutter the house? How do we start? Where does one start when decluttering a house? Well, I'll tell you, one place we start is we pick up the phone and call All Star Movers and say, I need somebody over here to give us an estimate. We're going to walk the house. And if we don't use it, we're packing it and storing it. We're storing it all. So we'll go through a house, and some are going to be a lot of work, and it could go anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000. But it's worth so much money if you declutter your house and you spend $2,000 or $3,000 and it raises the value of your house $30,000 or $40,000, declutter the house, pay the man the $3,000 and get it done. If you paint your house and $3,500 worth of paint is going to bring you down $35,000 in value, give the man the $3,500. So, you know, it's very rare that you get to take some money and get back 10 times your investment within a 3-month period of time. There's no other investment you can make other than this, where I can declutter my house, get the movers in here, get it packed, get it out. It's all in storage. Now, once the mover is walking out the door, the painter's walking in the door, if we need it, and we're going to get the current colors put up. And the same guy is going to put up the hardware on the doors. He's going to make it's going to take away that nasty old brass, and he's going to put in some nice black or oil rub bronze or brushed nickel, whatever is appropriate for that house, whatever is customary for that house. So then once he's got his stuff done, you've got an electrician. He's going to take out that gold chandelier you've got that they put in between 1985 and 2005. Yeah, we're going to take that out. We're going to put in a 2023 drum, and it's going to look cool. And we're going to take the lighting fixtures. It's all going to look cool. We're going to fix up the house. Some people say you've got to, put in kitchens and bathroom. Forget about that. That's a capital improvement. Don't do that. But where do we start? We start by picking up the phone, our clients, and we call, not them. We call All-Star Movers because I want them to know this is our group. So I want the correct pricing. If I got to call Billy Thompson up and beat him up on a price, then I'll call Billy Thompson up. I'll beat him up on a price. But we get All-Star in there. We start getting everything, tag it, we get all this stuff out of here. They go out, the painters come in comes the hardware, the houses look great. They sell for $141,000 on average in an average of 6 days. Where does it start? Well, actually, it starts by calling us. You can call us, we'll come in, we orchestrate the whole thing. The sellers really are not professionals at this, we are. My agents are trained as to what should be in the house and what should not be in the house, as to what the current colors are. And by the way, I'm not training them, they're training me. I mean, I got some top, really badass agents. So they know all the current colors. They know whether brushed nickel is appropriate or oil rub bronze. They know what should be in that house and should not be in that house. They know which rugs sell and which rugs don't sell. They know what looks great on camera and what looks horrible on camera. I mean, our job is to prepare the house, take these beautiful pictures, get it up online, get that in the hands of everybody that can look at it. And by the way, a lot of people are going to be going to look at that market snapshot. And when we're in there, we're going to look like targets. We are going to look like a target for any buyer out there looking at it. But we get the marketing done. It attracts all the buyers. Before you know it, they're lining up, they're showing the house, multiple contracts, no home inspection, and away we go. That's the way we do it. First call to us, second call All-Star Movers, and away we go. My name is Casey Samson, and today we've been talking about a market snapshot that gives visibility to an entire market. What's under contract, what's active, what's coming soon, what's sold, what the customary value of all those homes should be, whether a home is underpriced or overpriced. It's a hell of a tool. It's a great tool. Kevin helped me work on that. So did Julie. Did a magnificent job in setting this whole thing up. We got a great team. So if you are selling or buying a home not in this market, we create those things for you. We'll create a market snapshot just like you see for Vienna, for the price range and the target market you're looking at. My name is Casey Samson. You can reach me 703-508-2535 or Casey@CaseySamson.com. See everybody next week. Bye now.